everyone, and welcome again to another of our summer virtual series. My name is Tara Stevenson. I serve as the Vice President of Student Affairs here at Flagler College. Thank y'all so much for spending your Monday night with us. We hope that tonight's program is going to be pretty exciting and give you a taste of what your students may or may not be able to get involved in, or different ways to be active on campus outside of the classroom. Just a couple housekeeping things I do always like to start with. We will have the Q&A function, so if you have any questions for our panelists or anything like that, please feel free to drop them into the Q&A and we will do our best to get to them or at least help to direct you to who can assist you. We are recording all of these and we are working with our different teams on campus to try to get these shared. I know we keep saying this every week, but please keep an eye on the Flagler College YouTube channel as well as the family portal, and we will try to get those out as quickly as our team can do. But tonight we are joined by our student engagement team and our campus recreation team to talk about a couple of different ways that students can get involved. I'm going to go ahead and let our panelists introduce themselves and then we'll kind of jump right in. And so, Ashley, you want to start us?
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Brown. I am the Assistant Dean of Student Leadership and Engagement, and welcome.
Hi, everyone. I am Alicia Ramsdell, and I am the Assistant Dean, Campus Recreation and Student Center.
Hello, everyone. My name is Greg Snyder. I'm the Assistant Director of Campus Recreation.
All right, so let's go ahead and just dive in a little bit. Ashley, I'm going to ask you if you wouldn't mind just letting us know a little bit about what Saints Connect is. Our students may have heard about it already. I know it's a part of the new student orientation program, but our families may not be as aware of it. But this is a great first step in just seeing what's out there and how students can get involved.
Of course. So our Saints Connect platform is exactly what it is. It's like an online platform for our students to find different student organizations on campus. It's also a way for them to find student events. They can filter through the online portal based on the category of organization that they're interested in. And so if they're interested in arts and entertainment or advocacy organizations or academic, they can do that. And so they can request to get more information from those organizations based on their profile. The easiest way I like to explain our Saints Connect is kind of like a online social media, like so think about it like Facebook, but for involvement. And so every organizations have their own profile. Even our departments have profiles on our Saints Connect systems. Our students can use it as a way for lost and found, for shuttle sharing, rides, airport shuttles, or car rides together. They can just have different type of conversations. We love to use it as a marketing tool because all the students are on the feed and we can just post a flyer there and they can see something that we have going on. And then when it comes down to events, they can filter those just as well as they filter our student organizations. And so they can look at them based on events with free food, events that are going to be outside based on the location, all different types of filter based systems they can do. They have a nice feature on that platform where you can add it to your calendar. And so your student can always know what's going on. They can even put reminders on their phone that's connected to that Saints Connect. And so it's just a really great way for them to get involved. Now they do have to have their Flagler credentials to get logged in. And so if they don't have it yet, no worries, they will get it soon and they'll be able to log in. And as Tara mentioned, that is something that we go through on New Saints orientation. So if you haven't had the chance, make sure that you come to our New Saints orientation, and then the orientation leaders will help all our students get logged into Saints Connect and give them just like a little tutorial on how to get involved on the platform.
So one of the things that I love about it is that some of the organizations will communicate with prospective members or current members, advertising different events or ways to get involved or things like that. So it's a
Yes.
great, like they create their own little newsletters through it, but it's a way that students can receive additional information, on some of the other ones. So, Ashley, while we're chatting, let's go ahead and dive right into what student engagement and leadership is. And so, do you want to tell us about your areas and what it all encompasses?
I was not off that mute button. But sure. So, since we've already been talking about it a little bit, is our new Saints orientation program. And so, this is a way for our new students to find a different way to get acclimated to campus. And so, if you came to Admitted Students Day, that's great. You got a taste of what Flagler is all about. But once you know you're coming and you're excited and you want to get a little bit more information, you get to come to our new Saints orientation. And right now, we still have our overnight sessions happening. And so you get to experience what it's like to live in a residence hall overnight. And so that's a great experience. We have an evening entertainment with our students, and you may even come out with the infamous Flagler Bears that says class of 2030 on there. But it's a lot of fun. Experiences during orientation, but we also go through a lot of important information. So with financial aid, student accounts, we have a lot of our different departments there that's represented that go through different breakout sessions. We have a wind down for our family members. So after the day, you kind of wind down and you get to talk to other campus partners that you may have seen or not seen throughout the day to just answer those additional questions that you may have while our students are listening to information regarding the common read that they should be receiving in the mail soon if they have not already received it. And so it's just a really great way to get a little bit more information about the campus, find your way, help your student find their way. They also will be paired up with an orientation leader for those 2 days. And so they really get to connect with their peers, be there with other students. We find that a lot of students get to orientation to meet their roommates in the fall. And so it's a great way to kind of plan that with your future roommates just to kind of see them. And so that's our new Saints orientation side of the house. But then we also have campus programming. And so Welcome Week, that will be the first kind of introduction or second introduction to our office that the students will have. And so Welcome Week is packed with a lot of fun activities this year. We have our King Street Carnival that is coming back. And so we'll be all over the bookstore parking lot where we'll have a Ferris wheel, funnel cakes, all different kind of like carnival rides and things like that. So it'll be a really great time for our students. We have a Taste of St. Augustine tour. Well,
Very
it gets,
excited for that one.
yes, I actually got to go on a tester of it last week.
I'm so
Amazing.
glad you took one for the team.
Oh yeah, they really had to force me to do that. But it was a really great experience. Your students are going to love it. We will take them to some alumni-owned businesses, and so they'll get to see that. They even get to take home like little goodies from those restaurants, and so that's really cool. So we have a lot of great things, a lot of academic sessions as well happening during Welcome Week. So that will be a great experience. And also the annual Disney trip will be happening. Tickets are on sale now. Shameless plug, but feel free to check your email if you haven't already, or check our Instagram because we have already posted that link. And so we
And
have,
Ashley, Welcome Week is geared just for our students, just like our
yes,
Saints Connect portal is really just for our students. However, there are some public-facing aspects of the Saints Connect portal. And then, of course, Move-In Day is a whole family
yes.
adventure that's kind of kicking off Welcome Week. But we did have some questions that popped in
Oh,
about
so
like,
sorry.
it's
I missed those
okay,
questions.
about like what those were available to.
Yes, that is correct. Something that I also forgot to mention about Welcome Week is we have our involvement fair. And so if your student has not found their way to Saints Connect, or if you just have talking to them and they have not connected with anyone, really encourage the students to go to the involvement fair because that is where all of our student organizations will be. And we'll have a big tabling fair. If the rain holds up, we'll be outside and we'll have our different departments there, and the students can just like roam around and figure out different organizations that they're interested in. We have almost 50 student organizations that our students can choose from, which is really great. And then we always tell students if you don't find one that just really speaks to you, you can always create your own student organization. All you need is nine other friends and a faculty advisor. Of course, a little bit more logistical things, but that is the basis or the foundation of what you'll need. And so our student organizations, and then as well as our student government association. And so if your students were involved in like student leadership council or student council, something like that in high school, or student government, some high schools call it student government as well. We have SGA here on campus. It is a great way to advocate for your peers, to really have those experiences created by students for students. And so if your student would be interested in something like that, that is a great avenue. They can apply now if they want to be a part of it by becoming a member of Senate. And so they can apply to be a senator, and they will be the students that will be help making those decisions for the student body. Something that our senators have done recently is they got the burger line extended in the dining hall. And so it's just the little small things like that that really make an impact for students. They worked with our IT department to expand our Wi-Fi network. And so they really, make sure that they're listening to the student body and they're going to advocate for them. And so if you think that is something that will be fitting, then definitely apply for our Senate as well.
And something over the past year that's really expanded within the SGA is their service that they're doing with
Yes.
the community.
Yes, and so a part of SGA, they have like different committees. And so if your student wants to be a little bit more involved on like the student activity side, they have the student activities committee, a funding side. And so they help fund student organizations. They have that volunteer side where they go out and do service on the weekend within the St. Augustine community. And so just a lot of different things like that that really helps kind of bridge that gap between St. Augustine and also Flagler College. And then also within our office, we have our Alternative to Spring Break program that we officially launched last year. And so we're excited of the possibilities of the different places our students can go this upcoming spring break, we'll say. And that is a service-based trip that happens during spring break.
Absolutely. I was going to say that has really grown, and we'll hear more about service trips with campus recreation, but seeing SGA really get behind and the students really get behind things is really exciting to see. Let's say that we've got some students that are just not sure what to get involved in. What do you tell them?
I would tell them to take our involvement quiz. And so we have a involvement quiz that is on our Instagram, on our website that students can take, and they don't have to log in necessarily for that unless they just put in their information, their email. But it will ask them a series of different questions, and based on their interests, their hobbies, how they answer those questions, it will generate a category of organizations that we believe they may best fit with. And so from those categories, they can look at that and say, okay, I best belong in an arts and entertainment organization. What does that mean? And so they can meet with someone from the Saint Squad, which falls up under Alicia's area, and those students can tell them like, okay, like this is what you like based on your quiz, like what you best fit with. Like, let's go through all of those organizations because we do have nearly 50. And so that's a lot of organizations. And so we have that tailored experience of someone to be able to walk through them and give them a little bit more information about what that means. And then, of course, going to that involvement fair will help.
Absolutely. And then my last question for you is you mentioned that Disney trip, so I will, of course, plug it again for you because it is one of my favorite things to see. Actually, for our graduating seniors, they're asked what their favorite memory is, and a lot of times they say move-in day or connecting with their best friend on the Disney trip. And so that's a very special tradition. What are some other big traditions that your office is involved in, or other big, events that make the Flagler experience what it is?
Yeah, I would say one big thing that I think of off the back is Harry Potter Week. That is a staple. So everyone should know and love Harry Potter, but will
You
it'll
will when you get here.
yes, you will be if you're not You will eventually love it. And so it is a week of Harry Potter themed events that we have on campus. I know last year we took students on a cruise and it was like the Forbidden Voyage, and it was Harry Potter themed. And the company that we used really got into it and they dressed up for us. And so everyone goes all out. We have a lot of butterbeer that whole week. And it's a really great experience for our students. Another staple would be our Flagler Fest. And so that is in the spring every semester, and it's our annual concert that we hold at the amphitheater, the St. Augustine Amphitheater. And we just have different artists. So we always reach out to our students and say, like, okay, like here are some different genres. What do y'all want? And based on that, we give them a list of artists that fits in that category, and then they select their artists. And so it's a really creative experience for our students to experience. We have a lot of food trucks at that event, and it's really fun. And then I would say another one that we do in our office is we take students to Halloween Horror Nights. And so that's at Universal Studios. That's another staple that our students really love going to. They wait for that one to go up online for sure.
I think one of my favorites that has become a tradition that I feel like is growing every year is the students versus faculty and staff basketball
Yes.
game that Student Government Association puts on. It's just so much fun to see the peanut gallery, some of the trash talking, that happens in the classroom, but then gets put out on the court. It's just a fun way for, students to get connected with those staff and faculty.
Yes, I agree.
So, any last little bits before we move on to campus recreation?
I would just say register for orientation if you have already not done so. And of course, go ahead and get those Disney tickets because it is a limited amount of seats. And so just go ahead and get that secured so you can be on that Disney trip. You will get a t-shirt, you will get transportation, of course, the ticket, and then a snack box for your time travel to or back
Yeah.
from Disney.
Absolutely. And what is the best way that our family members and students can get a hold of your office?
Yes, you can email us at studentactivities@flagler.edu.
Wonderful. All right, Alicia and Greg, let's go ahead and dive into the world of campus recreation.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining us this evening. Uh, can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
Perfect. Well, I am Alicia, and Greg and I are here to give you a little insight into what Campus Rec is all about. It usually goes one of two ways. You hear campus recreation and you think, yes, the sports. I can't wait. I can't wait to be active. Or you hear campus rec and you're like, oh, that's only sports. That's not really my thing. So, not for me. Well, Greg and I are here to tell you that we're more than just sports. We're so much more. We really believe that we truly have something for everybody. And so with that, our area is kind of broken down into five different areas. And so I'll let Greg kick us off with talking about fitness facilities and programs.
All right. There's two main facilities on campus for fitness. The main fitness center is also known as the Bailey Fitness Center, which is located at 107 King Street, also known as the Campus Services Building across from the Student Center. During the week, the hours change, but the bulk of the week we are staffed 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. And we offer plenty of group exercise classes. Right now we're offering Zumba, yoga, Pilates, HIIT class, and abs and glutes. Some of the additional programming you can see at the Bailey Fitness Center includes Women's Wednesdays, our 500,000 pound club, our workout buddy program, facility orientations, and we also have a competitive weightlifting club. There's a second fitness facility located at the Commons on the second floor. This is located between the FEC and Abear residence halls and close to the parking garage. This facility is unstaffed and it can be used. You use your student ID to scan in the facility, and this is open 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. most days. All of these fitness opportunities are free for students as well. That brings us to the dock and waterfront. This is located behind Bear in the parking garage. Our hours during the semester are typically noon to 6 p.m. Monday through Sunday. So there's opportunities to get out on the water every day of the week. We offer single kayaks, we offer double kayaks, we have paddle boards. And if you have your own watercraft, you're able to bring it as well. All that's required is to register with us so that we can put a designated decal on it, as well as the area is limited, so first come, first serve. The dock itself has a pier fishing license, so any student out there is covered under our fishing license. We also have all equipment available to students as well. If you're a student who has their own fishing license as well as their own fishing equipment, you can even go out on the kayaks and fish as well. Some of the additional programming you can see in that area include learn to fish, learn to paddle. We have fishing tournaments, and then we also offer guided kayak tours out on the water.
It amazes me how many students are fishers or just want to go out there and be with others and see if they can catch something or not. It truly is a kind of like a magical hidden gem that is for our Flagler students.
It's a very beautiful part of campus. There's plenty of dolphins, manatee, turtles, all sorts of wildlife out there. And that's not all as far as we offer for outdoor programming. We also offer some local trips to local hikes, state parks, and as well as another opportunity for a service-based alternative spring break trip is Alicia leads camping trips all over. This past year, she went up to Blue Ridge, and they even did some whitewater rafting while they were up there.
Awesome. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, just to kind of add on to the camping trips, the spring one over spring break is also a service-based camping trip. That one we do some trail maintenance on the Florida National Scenic Trail. All equipment is provided, so it's another free opportunity for students to get outside and explore the true Florida. Jumping into intramurals, we'll start the year with soccer and flag football. And then in the spring, we offer basketball and softball. We've added beach volleyball. There's a lot of opportunity to get involved with intramurals. If your student is concerned about how do I get on a team, I'm just getting to campus, I haven't really met people yet. We play soccer 7v7. And so they may be like, I don't have 6 other friends yet. How am I supposed to put together a soccer team? We offer free agencies. And so students just need to reach out to us, get in touch with us, or just show up to the field. We play at the lacrosse and intramural field. And so they just need to show up and we'll make sure they get put on a team. Another common question that we get is, how are the leagues run? All of our leagues are either men's leagues or we also have co-ed leagues. And so every student who wants to play will be able to play. We had a situation with basketball this year where we didn't have enough co-ed teams to have a full league. And so they just played in the men's league, and I will got to give them some props. The co-ed team came in second place. They lost in a tight game in the championship. So not gonna lie, I love seeing that. So that was a lot of fun this year. And so yeah, they just need to reach out to us. We'll make sure that they get to be on a team if that's what they're looking to do. One thing that's really cool is a lot of times a group of incoming students we will put them all on a team together. They may not have ever met each other, but if there's enough free agents to put them all together, we'll create a team that way. And then that same team maybe a team for flag football, and then stay as the same team for basketball. And then they stick together for 4 years. So it's really cool to see some of those friendships and relationships build that way. Next, going into open play and general rec. Here's another great way to get involved. We do so many open plays where we're playing pickleball twice a week, we're playing tennis twice a week, beach volleyball. We love seeing students just getting out there and showing up to play. We do basketball. to start the year, to help them meet some people, we'll do open play soccer. And so students just need to show up. This is something where they don't have to go every week. And so if they're like, man, I really love pickleball, but I can only play on Wednesdays, I can't go on Mondays. It's no problem. They just show up and we set them up for games when they get there. And so it's an easy way for them to fit things into their schedule and find activities that work for them. Also, it's a good chance to try something new. Maybe your student played tennis in high school, and hasn't had the chance to play pickleball yet. It's a great way to just show up, make new friends. We'll teach you the rules, we'll teach you how to play. Our staff is loves coaching students. So our coordinator is also known as coach. And so we will definitely work with your students to make sure they know how to play, they can play safely, and we'll team them up with people about the same skill level. General rec, that leads to things like going bowling or playing golf. We do 9 holes of golf a couple times a semester. We'll offer a learn to surf class. We offer that in the fall so students can go to the beach and try surfing without having to purchase or rent a board. It's all free for them. Another great partnership that has come out of our general rec programming is working with the Career Development Center. We partner with them to take students to Jumbo Shrimp baseball games, Orlando Magic games, Jaguars games. We get them to all kinds of professional sporting events where they're not just going to the game, but we will meet with executives before the game so they can network, share resumes, ask questions, do facility tours so they can really get a behind the scenes look at what would it be like to potentially work for one of these organizations. And so that's a really cool partnership that's come with the Career Development Center. So our goal is just to make sure that students get out there and play. We want to keep them active. We want to keep them happy, and make sure that we're finding different activities that meet their needs. Our last area are our competitive club sports. Our club sports have to follow a couple different requirements. They need to fall under a governing body outside of Flagler College. And so they all belong to like a conference or a specific league that is just for collegiate club sports. They also need to either be currently or working towards competition against other schools. And so we understand that it may take a club a little while to be able to get to that point, trying to gain traction here on campus before they can compete. So as long as they're making progress year to year towards competition, we have sailing, golf, rock climbing, rock climbing, golf, weightlifting, as Greg mentioned, and we also have a surf club on campus. The surf team actually just got back from California about a week ago, competing in the NSSA national tournament. We had on the female side one of our students make it to the semifinals, and I believe that's the furthest we've ever made it. So we're super proud of our surf club. So great group of students. If you're interested, they'll all be at the involvement fair. So another good reason to check out the involvement fair. Swing by there and talk to the club members, see if that's a good fit, or if you think intramurals is more your style. We'll definitely find the right place for you.
And you'll definitely notice that both campus recreation and student leadership and engagement are partnering with a lot of different areas around campus, offering workshops, offering experiences, different things like that, so that your student gets to be exposed to a lot of different areas on campus. And whether they have that competitive nature or whether they don't have a competitive nature or whether it's a different kind of competitive nature, our goal is to kind of just make sure that students have something to do. And so I know Ashley mentioned it a little bit, but either Alicia or Ashley, would you mind sharing a little bit more about the Saints Squad, and what they do?
Yeah, if you want, I'll jump in. Saint Squad is actually going to be doing something a little new this year. They are going to be at the welcome desk of the Student Center Monday through Friday, starting at 4 o'clock. And so this Saint Squad is your group of students who are the all-knowing involvement. They know about clubs, registered student organizations, Greek life. They know what is happening on campus. And so they'll be able to stop by the information desk. Students can go in and just walk into the student center and say, hey, what clubs are meeting tonight? What events are going on? And they're going to be able to either just tell them off the cuff, or they will have a list and be able to say, oh, well, there's a Meet the Greeks meeting tonight in the Virginia room. That's right upstairs, and help tell them like what classrooms they're going to be meeting in, where the activities are going on. If they have questions about what a specific organization does or what their purpose is, they'll be able to lean in into that as well. And so they table across campus, they host events that help kind of market the different clubs and organization on campus to help them reach the students. So it kind of works both ways. It's a two-way, students getting to know students. Ashley, do you have anything to add with your experience working with the group?
I would just say like they do student organizations, but they'll also know about like club sports. They'll know about work study positions.
Hmm.
And so like Alicia said, anything that on campus that like will help students get involved and get immersed into the Flagler campus experience, those students are who they can go to. And so if they need information about, a department resource like that, they should be able to help direct them to that appropriate area that can help them. And so these are our peer students that can kind of help them navigate like their college experience and really help them figure out the best way to kind of navigate that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And then
just
Ashley,
gonna
oh, I was going to say, Ashley, would you mind talking just a little bit about Greek life at Flagler?
Yeah, so we have three chapters. We have one local chapter, and then we have two nationally affiliated chapters. So one sorority that's nationally affiliated, one fraternity that's nationally affiliated, and then one sorority that is local here to just St. Augustine. And so our chapters do a lot around in the community. They do a lot of service. They raise a lot of money for a lot of different philanthropies and things like that. And so during Welcome Week, we will have a Meet the Greeks opportunity that Alicia mentioned, and so that students can go to that Meet the Greeks event and kind of get to know the students that are in those organizations and kind of see what fits like best with them to really get that experience there. So it's a great opportunity for sure.
And then Greg, Ashley kind of alluded to it a little bit on student employment. Would you mind just sharing a little bit about that? I think all your areas offer something for our students.
Yeah, so especially with campus recreation, we're definitely one of the larger hires of student employees on campus. For us, we hire fitness center attendants as well as, group exercise instructors or personal trainers. Right now, we have not only have, instructors as in yoga, Pilates, things like that, but CrossFit coaches, personal trainers. At the waterfront, we hire operations professionals, and then as well as intramurals, we have our officials. So our referees, basketball, soccer, all the sports. And on top of that, we also have our own social media team. So there are plenty of opportunities, whether
Yes.
they align with what you're going to school for, or whether it's just something that you're personally interested in. We have a lot of it.
Absolutely. Who wouldn't want to hang out at the dock for 20 hours a week? It's such a hardship.
We will also have a student employment fair during Welcome Week as well. So if you're interested in getting employment on campus, either with Campus Rec, I'm sure that they will be present at that as well, but just different departments across campus who are hiring will be at that fair.
Absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and do a rundown of just some important dates. So we've got August 21st, which is move-in day. When will group fitness classes begin?
Group fitness classes start on August 24th, and that'll be the Monday before classes begin.
So the Monday right after move-in day, but the fitness center will be open starting after move-in day, so students can kind of get a lay of the land and see what that looks like. And then welcome week kicks off right after move-in day, and then the Disney trip that we've been talking about, when does that happen?
That is on August 29th. So it's
And
that
then
Saturday.
that Saturday. So it's kind of like the bookend of the welcome week. And then our infamous Harry Potter week that everybody loves is in November.
Is
And Flagler Fest is in the spring, typically in April.
yes.
Wonderful. And then intramurals, when will those start to kick off?
We'll start open plays starting that Monday. So Greg mentioned August 24th. That will be our first open play pickleball day. And so we will start all of our open plays that week. We'll start open play soccer that week to kind of kick off the intramural season.
And then a couple different open houses and Rec Fest. And as Ashley's been plugging so many different events for Welcome Week, for students to just kind of figure out what life is going to be like at Flagler. Well, thank you all so, so much. Alicia and Greg, what is the best way that our families and students can get a hold of you all?
Honestly, the best way to get in touch with us is to send us a DM via Instagram. If you reach out
Hey.
FC Recreation, we are very active on that page, answering questions, answering DMs. We actually got one today asking about hours of the fitness center and if the dock was open during the summer. And so we love answering questions through DM. So that was FC Recreation. And so we're happy to touch base that way. Or you can email us directly. But what's fun about reaching out to the Instagram is you may get a student answering you as well. So way to keep our student workers that are working over the summer busy.
I love it. And what's that email address again for Campus Rec?
For camp, it is campusrec@flagler.edu.
And then student activities at flagler.edu. Well, thank you all so much. Next week, we are going to be joined by our global education department on June 30th at 6 p.m. So we'll talk about, saints going abroad and what that means. If I could go back to my college time, that would be one thing that I wish I had done was go abroad, because I just think that it is so amazing if somebody can make it happen. But I know that our global ed department runs some amazing experiences, so we're excited to kind of dive into those with what those look like. But thank you all again so much for joining us, and we hope to see you at our next one. Thank you.